Men who are very useful are hard to find. They have traits that make them stand out and get people's attention. These quirks make them different from most people and can be the reason why people notice them or don't. Even though high-value guys are often misunderstood, they are most attractive when they are themselves. People often call them men of autonomy because they like to do their own thing and don't like to follow the crowd. This freedom is what sets them apart and makes people like them. But their unique personalities and traits can sometimes make them seem strange or disturbing. But for people who know and like them, these oddities can be the most attractive things about high-value guys. Here are some of the most interesting and attractive things about these guys that set them apart and make them very desirable. Number 1. Humility with ambition. Many guys want to be successful and well-known, but not all ways to get there are the same. Some people may seem cocky and boastful because they put their achievements above the journey and process. But a man of high value does things in a different way. He values the trip and his own growth, and he looks for satisfaction and pride in what he has done. This kind of desire comes from inside, not from a need for approval or praise from others. This kind of modesty sets these guys apart even if it doesn't get them to the top of their fields. They treat others with respect and care about their well-being, never putting it before their own. This way of thinking shows real character and humility, which are traits that people respect and value. It's easy to get caught up in the race for recognition and success in a world where success is often judged by what other people think. But a real high-value man knows that success isn't just about where you end up. It's about how you get there. He puts his own growth and happiness first, and this is what sets him apart and makes him seem really great to other people. Number 2. Strength of solitude. Many guys feel like they need to be around other people all the time, but some prefer to be alone. On the other hand, high-value men have an air of mystery about them that many women find intriguing because they are happy to be alone and independent. Men with low self-worth, on the other hand, find it hard to be alone, while these men with high self-worth enjoy it and don't base their happiness or self-worth on what other people think. People find them more interesting and attractive because of this trait. Solitude gives these guys time to think about themselves, which helps them grow as people and become the best versions of themselves. They use the time to think about their lives, think about what they've done, and look for ways to improve. This desire to work on oneself is not only attractive but also shows a level of self-awareness that sets them apart. In a world where people often want constant company, being happy by yourself can be seen as a sign of freedom and strength. Men who have a lot of self-worth enjoy their time alone and use it to better themselves and grow as people. Because they know themselves and are sure of themselves, they stand out, which adds to their total appeal and charm. Number 3. Excellent visual memory. People with a lot of value are very good at remembering visual information, such as a person's face, voice, and conversations with a lot of clarity and detail. This amazing skill comes from the fact that they are more aware and can quickly process and store knowledge in their long-term memory. People see them as caring and interested in what's going on around them, which leaves a strong impression. This amazing visual memory is a great asset in both personal and business relationships, making their interactions deeper and more meaningful. But sometimes their thoughts move faster than they can say them, making it hard for others to understand what they are trying to say. This can be stressful for both parties, but it also shows how smart and talented the high-value person is. In a world where paying attention to details and thinking quickly are highly valued, their visual memory makes them stand out and shows off their amazing skills, whether they are at work or with friends. People will remember them for a long time because they remember everything they see so well. Number 4. Extraordinary fashion sense. High-value guys stand out in the fashion world by making their own style instead of following the latest trends or what society expects of them. Their fashion choices show how unique, strong, and independent they are, which are traits that women find very attractive. These people have a good eye for detail and a natural knack for imagination, which lets them turn even the simplest clothes into amazing outfits. Even though they like simple clothes, they are great at making a statement with what they wear. When it comes to fashion, comfort is the most important thing to them, and they put quality over number, investing in classic, well-made pieces that will last for years. A man of great worth doesn't dress to show off. He dresses to show who he really is and to feel good about himself. He knows what works best for him and doesn't try to fit into any one type. The way he dresses is both easy and edgy, which makes him stand out and gets the attention of women. Number 5. Quiet self-assurance. Many low-value men try to get noticed by being loud and cocky, but high-value men have a quiet confidence that is much more interesting. They don't feel like they have to show themselves or be the center of attention all the time. Instead, they have a mysterious air about them that makes them interesting and difficult to women. Their calm attitude says a lot about how confident and sure of themselves they are, and they can get attention without making a big deal. Men with a lot to offer are confident in their skills and don't feel the need to brag. They know that quiet confidence is all it takes to make an impression and make it last. On the other hand, low-value guys try to prove themselves by making loud claims and being aggressive. Studies show that women actually like men who are cool and collected more than men who are always trying to get their attention by being loud and aggressive. The quiet confidence of a high-value man is a powerful way to attract women and make an impact that will last. He stays calm and says things that make sense. Even when he's not talking, you can feel his presence. Women like men who are confident and sure of themselves. This makes the high-value man a real catch when it comes to dating. Number 6. Stimulation of the mind. Most men try to make women happy, but high-value men push them in a fun way. They think it's important to see what a woman can and can't do, and they do this by asking thought-provoking questions and starting conversations. This lets them figure out if she is a good fit for them. These guys are smart and logical, and the way they challenge women shows how smart they are. Instead of playing games with the woman's thoughts, they talk about important things and ask her hard questions that force her to think critically. They like how these conversations make them think and are interested in how women react. It's important to remember that these guys aren't trying to be bossy or better than the woman, they just want to see if she has depth and can handle a tough conversation. This intellectual stimulation keeps conversations interesting and lively, which makes the high-value guy attractive to women who want to keep their minds active and not be bored. Number 7. A passion for learning. Men with low worth often think they know everything and don't try to learn anything new. On the other hand, high-value guys are always eager to learn new things and grow their knowledge. They are really interested in learning new things, which sets them apart and makes them appealing to women. High-value men seem more approachable and desirable because they are open-minded and ready to try new things. Women like guys who are smart and curious because it shows that they pay attention to the world around them and are interested in it. These guys don't mind going against what most people think and taking risks to satisfy their intellectual curiosity. This is a nice trait to see in a man because it shows that he is not afraid to try something new and different. They are also more likely to be philosophical and ask deeper questions that can lead to deep conversations. Low-value guys, on the other hand, care more about how they look and try to look strong. They don't get into deep conversations or try to learn new things. The fact that these guys like to learn sets them apart and makes them more desirable as partners. Number 8. Spirit of independence. Men with a lot of value have a strong sense of independence and put their freedom and individuality above everything else. This makes them different from most people in society because they make choices based on their own beliefs and values instead of following rules and norms. Women find this trait very beautiful because it shows how confident and independent they are. But sometimes people mistake freedom for being rude. So it's important for these guys to find a balance between being independent and being humble, along with having empathy. Even though there is a chance of misunderstanding, what really sets high-value men apart is their lack of fear and unwavering ideals. They are not afraid to fight for what they believe in and stand up for it even if it goes against what most people think. This lack of fear can be very attractive to the right woman, but if it goes too far, it can come off as vanity or being too controlling. Men with a lot of worth don't try to be in charge like some other men do. Instead, they choose to live life on their own terms and never settle for less than what they want. This means they are always looking for new things to do and don't let themselves get stuck in boring patterns. But this way of thinking can sometimes cause problems with other people because their plans and ideas may not always match up with those of their peers. Even with all of these problems, what makes high-value guys really interesting is that they don't want to be like everyone else. They make any situation interesting and new, and they have a unique point of view that makes them stand out from the crowd. This can make them both interesting and inspiring, making other people want to accept their own uniqueness and go their own way.